Hello, you're watching The Leaf Stories, and my guest today is Joshua Tucker. Hi.
Hi there.
How are you?
I'm good.
Thanks for being with us, and I love the outfit.
I should probably lose the hat here.
Yeah. My first question to you is, could you tell us a little bit more about yourself? What is that you do in your own definition of it?
Sure. So I'm turning 45 in a few days here in Barcelona, and I'm here for the month, and then after this, my gal and I are going to go hike the French Pyrenees from the Mediterranean to Atlantic on the Camino. And historically, I'm a medical massage therapist, meaning I should have the skill, the education, and knowledge to fix things like wrist tendonitis and whiplash and Achilles tendonitis and shoulder problems. And then at some point I started wanting to be a traveler, so I put all that skill and experience into a website. It was designed in such a way to get traffic. I made some self-help ebooks and DVDs so people could fix their own just by doing what I've been telling people to do for years. So it saves me the conversation of having to say it over and over with products. And so with that, I've switched from a hands-on income to an internet income, which
It's made your
which
life
is
way easier,
awesome.
huh?
I'm not rich, but make money while you're sleeping is pretty awesome. So.
Yeah. Does it mean that your website is basically sort of sums up all the experience and knowledge that you've acquired in your career ever since the start in this field, right?
Essentially, yes.
Yeah. And I'm just curious to know a little bit more, like what triggered the interest to go into that field in the first place as a student or as a young adult, if you wish? If you could take us back a little bit more.
Sure. So probably everybody has a knack for something, and when my family would get together, the cousins, we'd all get back rubs and foot rubs and such. So that's kind of a natural thing. And I'm, with a nature or nurture question, I go with nature a lot, and I just kind of go with what I'm good at or whatever. So massage was always something I kind of wanted to do because I was good at it, and there was a glimmer of it's not really a profession because it's not a job. You got to get a job. You got to go to college. You got to whatever. And but I was just enough of a rebel. Like, well, I want to do massage probably because it's different. And so I didn't for a long time, and then I think we'll talk here in a minute. And then I did. And so I lucked into one of the best schools in the nation. So it really bolstered my natural skill set with education of how the body works and how to work with the body and all that. So.
Like you said, I always used to do the right thing. And how did that sort of help you get to what you do today as well?
Sure.
And maybe we could lean a little bit closer to the audience so they can hear us better.
Sure.
Yay!
Okay. So my story there goes, I went to high school and then I didn't know what I wanted to do, so I went to junior college for 2 years, got my general ed for cheap because that was a smart thing to do. And then I went to 2 years of university.
Yeah.
And I did a higher level general ed because I didn't know what I wanted to do. But by the time I'm done, I'll know. And then I was done with the first year, and then I went into speech pathology, which is kind of ironic.
Wow.
But I went into speech pathology because my sister had done it.
Yeah.
It looked kind of easy.
Yeah.
And it was 95% women in it. It's like, well, I don't know what I want to do. And you get a job and you're done with that with a master's, so I did that. And then I got into the master's program, and after a semester of that, I was like, I do not want to do this. I will be an alcoholic and angry if I do this, or sad. So I quit and left.
Yeah.
And I ended up just, what's the word, lounging around. Ended up working on Lanai, the second smallest island in Hawaii, and I was serving breakfast. So I'd get up at either 5 a.m. or 7 a.m., ride down the mountain, which was beautiful. The weather's amazing. Serve breakfast, take my $100 in tip to the beach, and take a nap for a couple hours, and then I'd ride the 7 miles back up the hill. And so I did that for 6 months, and one afternoon, I woke up from my nap there, and I was actually under a picnic table for some shade on the beach, because it was from my nap.
Yeah.
And I woke up and I just had the sensation of time just circles the island. It doesn't actually go anywhere. And I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and be 50, and my claim to fame will be, I took a nap on the beach every day, which I'm clear is not a bad life at all.
Was there a question like, is that it? In a way, or?
No, it was more like, I'm 25, I probably should do something. Anything with my life. I should probably do something instead of just lay here on the beach for the rest of my life. Which, good news, bad news. So then I ended up, I'd been in Seattle for a year before that somewhere. And I knew the massage school scenario. So I was kind of like, well, I woke up from my nap, I'm going to be 50 on the beach. And somewhere I just had this accidental thought of, well, what do you want to do? Which I'd never asked myself before, because I'd always been in the constraints of these are the things you can do. You go to college, you get a job, so pick from that, instead of actually what do you want to do. And so I had the accidental thought, waking up from my nap on the beach, like, what do you want to do? I was like, I want to go to massage school. And so within a week, I was off the island and in Seattle for the last minute enrollment.
Wow.
Like it started.
Wow.
So it was just bang, 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 and I was in massage school and a whole different adventure.
Wow. And I'd like to understand how do you define leap? What does leap mean for you as a concept?
For me as a concept, I'm going to go with a leap is an opening and or a mental opening. So like I was taking a nap on the beach, brain operates as normal, this is what we're doing. Wake up and there's this whole new thought, which is what do you want to do?
Yeah.
And the answer is the opening. Like, well, I'm going to do this, so it's an opening. Like, we'll go do that, or retreat from it and don't do it.
Would you say it's an opening of potential new opportunity if you act upon it? Or?
Sure. Well, I think it takes action for sure, because a door opens. I'm going to go do this, or I wanted to go do this, and you either go through that door and go do what you want to do, or you don't. So,
wow,
yes.
I like that one. And if you were to recall again or think about any of your leap sort of moments or scenarios back in the, no matter how backwards you need to think, what is the one sort of learning that you kind of took away from that, or like the mindset shift from any of those moments of leap?
I think the lesson would be you can open a door if you want to. It takes some courage or whatever, or maybe it's courage, maybe it's motivation, maybe it's desperation, whatever the push is.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a nap.
Yeah.
But there's some sort of push that will open a door.
Yeah.
So it can happen by accident, or you can open the door yourself. If nothing else, just by asking the question, and then action on it. Because we always have the option to not take action on it, but there can be no leap without jumping. And you have to have, you don't even have to have some place to jump to, but for me at least, I like having a place to jump to. I like going places, I don't like leaving places, if that makes sense.
Could you repeat that? I like
going places, which is to me drastically different than leaving places. So.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much. This was really cool. I loved it. So, and thank you guys for watching. Till the next leap story from Barcelona. Adios.
Adios.